In this video, I will explain how we can use lead time and safety lead time in Business Central. I'm using a Kronos demo company. As you can see, this is the Australian version of Kronos database. And I will first go to the item card that I'm going to use for this demonstration. I'm going to use this Athens desk, this item, this a demo item which comes with Kronos company. So if I go to the item card, you can see we have this replenishment fast tab. Under replenishment fast tab, you can see the replenishment system is purchase and the lead time calculation is 5D. That means 5 days. And we have defined a vendor item number and also a purchase unit of measure for this particular replenishment method. So whenever a purchase order is suggested in planning worksheet, so this vendor will be the vendor for that purchase order, and also this vendor item will be the vendor item number, and also this unit of measure, purchase unit of measure will be the unit of measure for this for that purchase order. And if I go to this vendor card, we have something called base calendar code. So this is the base calendar code that you can define for a vendor if there's any like customized vendor calendar. So this is somewhat exception because you can define your base calendar on your company information card, but in case if you have a calendar which differs from your company based calendar, I mean for a vendor, if there's a calendar which differs from the company based calendar, then you can specify that calendar code in here. So currently we don't have any defined base calendar code for this vendor. That means the system considers whatever the base calendar that you have defined on company information card. So this is really important for lead time calculation, because if there are any non-working days for that particular calendar, then system doesn't count that day as a working day. So that's why this is really important if you are considering lead time calculation. So make sure like you don't have if you have defined a base calendar for a vendor card, that means system considers this base calendar code for this particular vendor when you are when you are like creating a purchase order for this particular vendor. So if I go to company information, so in company information you have all this Kronos company information, and in here you have calendar code that is defined. Yeah, under shipping fast tab you have this base calendar code. So this is the global calendar for the whole company. So make sure you have a calendar here, and if a calendar is defined on this company information card, that means system will consider that calendar for all the date calculations, especially for lead time calculations and all the other date related calculation in the system. If you haven't defined a calendar here, let's say this field is blank, that means system will consider a default calendar. I mean, like you can't define a default calendar, but system will like consider it as like a normal calendar with Saturdays and Sundays as non-working days. So yeah, so if you take a look at this calendar here, so this is Australia based national calendar. So you have these weekends for Saturday and Sundays, and also you have these Christmas days, Boxing Day as holidays. So this is specifically designed for Australia. So that's why we have all these holidays defined on this calendar. Yeah, that's about calendar. Then if I create a sales order for this particular item, currently we don't have any open orders, any type of open orders for this particular item. So I'm going to create a sales order for this particular item. So if I go here and search for sales orders, I'm going to create a new order. I'll select this this customer and selecting that item. Currently it has a default location. I will remove that to make to keep the things simple. And you have this shipment date, so I will put the shipment date to 25th of April, and I will release this sales order. Now the sales order is in release status, and if I go and run the planning worksheet, for this particular item, so I'm going to cover that whole month of April and also May month, and I will select that particular item here. I'll keep all the other parameters as it is and click on OK. You can see the starting date, due date of that particular purchase order. So system has suggested the purchase order because we have a demand on a sales order. So because of that, system has suggested a purchase order because the replenishment system for this particular item is purchase. So in that case, it has suggested a purchase order, and you have the starting date as 17th. So if I go here and look into the calendar, so 17. So the lead time of this item is 5 days. That means if we calculate like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you have to create the order, you have to place the order on this date, and you have to finalize that, you have to receive that purchase order on 24th. So because you have the sales order on 25th, so it has calculated 5 days, 5 working days, and the system has excluded this weekend, 20th of April and 21st of April, Saturday and Sunday. And if I carry out the action for this particular purchase order, and if I create the purchase order, so you have this starting date at 17th, ending date as 24th, and the due date as 25th. I will go ahead and accept this suggestion, and I will create the purchase order. Let's see how dates are getting created on a purchase order. So if I go back to the item card, you have this purchase order created, and if I go to that purchase order, you have all these dates fields in purchase order lines. And so the starting date that has been mentioned on planning worksheet was on 17th. So 17th is the order date. This is the field that is mapped with the starting date of the planning worksheet. And you have planned receipt date. So this is the ending date, 24th. And you have the expected receipt date as well. So this is the due date on the planning worksheet. So this is how these fields are getting mapped. Yeah. So that's how actually those dates are getting played when you run the planning worksheet with the lead time calculation of 5 days. Let's make a change for this scenario. I will delete this purchase order, and what I will do is I will attach a custom calendar for this particular window, and let's see how a system behaves based on that calendar. So if I go to calendar list, you have this custom calendar. This one that I created for this demo, and this custom calendar, you don't have any Saturdays, Sundays specified as non-working days. So in that case, system should consider Saturdays and Sundays for that lead time calculation. Let's see whether system will consider. So I'm going to attach this base calendar for the winter. When you attach a base calendar for a particular vendor, so this is exceptional, and I mean this is dedicated to this vendor. So this is a base calendar that system will consider for all the date related calculations in the system. So it will not consider the base calendar that you have defined on company information card because you have defined custom calendar or the another calendar for this particular vendor. What I will do, I will run the planning worksheet again. So I will prepare this one. I will run the planning worksheet for this particular item again. On this case, you can see now the starting date is 19th of April. Previously it was 17th of April. Now it is 19th of April because system did not consider Saturdays and Sundays as non-working days because we have attached a separate calendar for that particular window. That's how this lead time calculation works. So that's about lead time. I will delete this line. Let's have a look about safety lead time. Safety lead time, nothing. It's not a really complex one. What happens is once you define a safety lead time, it will consider this lead time that we have defined here, and also on top of that, it will consider this safety lead time as well. So for an example, if I put 2 days as safety lead time here, so totally the lead time is 7 days now. So that's how it works. So if you hover over this safety lead time field on tooltip, it specify it describes what safety lead time is. So it's a date formula to indicate safety lead time that can be used as a buffer period for production and other delays. So this is kind of a buffer period that you put on top of your lead time calculation. So let's just have a look how this works. And I put just 2 days here, so that means it is 7 days totally. Then we have this sales order, and I will remove that that calendar from this particular vendor to keep the things simple, otherwise it will get complicated. So now totally we have 7 days of lead time, and if I run the planning worksheet for this scenario, now it is 16th. It is 16th of April. Now it has considered that safety lead time as well. So now the ending date is also 23rd, because system has considered that safety lead time. So that's why system has suggested to place the order on 16th of April and ending date as 23rd of April. So let's create let's accept this action, and I'm going to create this purchase order. If I go back to the item card and purchase order, now you have 16th as the order date, that is the starting date, and expected receipt date is the due date, and the planned receipt date 23rd. So that's how system calculate actually the safety lead time, because it's a kind of a addition that you put on top of your normal normal lead time. So I hope you get an idea with this video how lead time and safety lead time works. And this is actually a simple scenario because the replenishment system is purchase. So if it is production order, things get a little bit complicated. So I will do that in another video. Yeah, thanks for watching.